Hey guys, my name is Loco Doco, the better looking host of Listen Loco, and you're watching Thorin's YouTube channel.
I won't ruin the reputation of other energy drinks and formulas on the market by naming them. But you know what? A lot of them have problems, don't they? They get you feeling a bit jittery or a bit irritable, a bit on edge. They taste super chemically, even if they do taste like the flavour they say on the label. They cost way too much per unit. There isn't usually traditionally a good way to buy them in bulk. If they're actually physical cans or liquid, then it's difficult to transport or shipping costs are too much. Well, that's where the Game of Supps sale comes very much in handy and fixes all of those problems, because it doesn't give you that really janky feeling. It actually just feels really nice. You feel energized. You feel like you can attack the world, get some really good work done. I find that has a really nice build up to the plateau. The plateau lasts a long while. It just gently tapers off at the end. You don't have that harsh crash of like, oh, I'm tired, or I need to have another one immediately. That's why I just have one per day. Also, they don't taste super chemically. They have some that taste a little bit stronger, and obviously you can always just attenuate how much water you put in. Put less in if you want it to taste stronger. Put more water in if you want it to taste a little bit weaker. And they also have many, many different flavor profiles. They have the ones that are more chilled out, more watery. They have the ones that are a bit stronger, a tiny bit more aggressive with the flavour. And also, in terms of the cost per unit, a tub like that fits something like, I think this fits 60, 100 servings. 100 servings in a unit that size. And right now, Game of Supps is running their sale. As long as, check the time, it's not yet 8 p.m. CET today, Friday, or 2 p.m. EST. They have a 21% off everything on their website if you use the code Thorin, Thorin, at gameofsupps.gg. Everything on the website, right? Doublelift ruins reputations. In fact, he almost seems to take pleasure in or relish ruining reputations, and often for just no reason at all. Just for some minor thing like, oh, I've just thought of a story. That reminds me of that guy, and let me just speak out of school on all the stuff that he was going on behind the scenes and that he was told to me privately, and that, what? Like, this has to be one of the most disloyal teammates ever from North America, hasn't he? Just used everything for stream clout at this point in time. So, one thing is, he never seemed to understand that core American sports concept. I don't know if you ever played sports, of you keep it in the locker room. When you've been in the locker room, especially, by the way, like a championship roster or with top players, people have to feel like they can be vulnerable around you at that point in time. They can actually know that the cameras are away, the door's locked, and now they can sort of let loose a little bit. They can be a bit freer. They can take a breath. Oh, I'll tell you what I was thinking about that. Oh, you're just going to tell this years later on stream, mate. Well, brilliant. Thanks for that. So this is a guy, by the way, who, when he did his reflections interview with me, just told a whole story about how Bjergsen like gives up lane pressure and lets the other enemy mid just roam, etc. After they've just built a dynasty together, after he's just had, at the time, all of his championship success with Bjergsen, and he's just going to throw him under the bus like that, what, for just cheap thrills, and like, haha, I'm trash talking a guy who basically was my brother in arms 5 minutes ago. By the way, he's had a million stories about his coaches. Even, by the way, stuff like their private, off-camera, real-life situations and what they were saying and doing and thinking, and behaviour that was never ever supposed to be made public, and there's not even any reason to. They haven't fucked with him. They haven't done something outrageous that shows they're like a hypocrite in public, and you have to like lampoon them or show that they're a hypocrite to warn others away from danger. Again, just for a little bit of clout, just because, haha, think of this story of someone else failing or having some weird thing happen with girls, etc. Then you think of some of the players he's played with as well. So Yellow Star was already a legend of Western League of Legends when he came to TSM to play with him. He made him sound like a no-hands dimwit that couldn't play anything in the game. The same Yellow Star later on went on to even have success as a coach as well. Clearly a very cerebral player, someone who's a great thinker. You could learn so much from someone like that. That could have been his French Chauster to teach him things outside the game, help him review the game. But no, his hands were crap. He's the reason we didn't win. How about Smoothie? This is someone who, by the way, clearly wanted to play with Doublelift in his career, probably thought they'd combo pretty well. He's a shot caller, he's an engaged support, top player in the region. Doublelift's the AD carry, the Uzi Eye of North America, etc. He always has all those stories where he just makes Smoothie sound like a weirdo or a moron or just like beneath him somehow. How about Chauster? I've told this story before. In the second grilled interview with Doublelift, there was a whole section about Chauster where, unprompted, he basically just trashed him and just sort of made him sound like an idiot who had to retire and just couldn't even compete in the game anymore. Bro, even it wasn't Doublelift, it was the manager of CLG who asked me to delete that section, and I complied because I was trying to make a collaborative piece and get out the message the person wants getting out there. The idea you would do that to someone who was your mentor is fucking crazy. This guy has no loyalty. That dude put you on and made you as a player, dimwit. Before that, you were a guy who had some hands. That's it. You would have been in terrible situations. You never would have laned correctly. You wouldn't have understood core concepts of what to do when you have a lead, how to use pressure. This guy was at the time the number one thinker in North American League of Legends. And some of the things he said, even years back, like 12, 13 years ago in interviews, I think about to this day because they actually just such deep thoughts about the game. But no, again, because his hand started to fail him and he fucked up a Sauna Flash ult one time. No, he's just a cretin who can just be thrown on the trash heap of history and remembered as an idiot, right? And that's how your parting gesture would have been towards him right after he's going to basically retire. And yet the same Doublelift, he must just be like a guy with incredibly high standards. He must just, he must be like Michael Jordan. Hey, there's nothing I would ask my teammates to do that I wouldn't do myself, man. Hey, I'm my own worst critic. Oh no, he isn't that guy at all. This is the guy who makes game-losing world championship plays with rosters that are supposed to be able to go deep to the semis or the finals. The Victor Flash against Samsung Galaxy, the 9-man sleep against, who was it, Gen G, I think, right? This is the guy where he'll always find a way to lose you the big game internationally, unless it was at MSI, but somehow he's allowed to act like everyone else can make like a bad play in LCS and they're just a bomb at that point in time. Never seems to apply a backsplash onto him, does it? Or how about the fact that, again, is he just the most diligent worker? Is he a grinder? Does he have some crazy sort of like high standards that he holds himself to? Oh no, this is the guy who, when you're his teammate, no matter how good he is, sometimes he just wants to take splits off. He did that in season 7. Sometimes he spiritually takes splits off. What was that, season 11 or something? The one where they had to kick him for tactical for fuck's sake, because he was just playing like a bomb. Or how about when he just wanted to? And as far as I know, this is one of the people in season 10 when all the LCS players were like voting to take the split off because of Lecouf. This is one of the guys also who have been like, yeah, just do it. Except here's the thing. When I say take splits off, oh no, I want to get paid still. Can I still get that paper? Even though, by the way, teams lose money playing the sorts of fucking salaries that Doublelift's got. By the way, millionaire many times over from League of Legends. He even turned on Reggie, who, yeah, look, is a douchebag. We all get that. But not because, like, it was the right thing to do or, Reggie done something fucked up. No. He actually, in the years he then told these stories on Reggie, etc., had wanted to rejoin TSM. Notice he later wanted to join Team Liquid again, even though he then trash-talked Dardo, etc. So he wanted to rejoin TSM. He even said on stream something like, it would have been like he would have been so proud to represent TSM again. But then when Lena's out and Lena decides to turn against Reggie, she just basically, I would speculate, does the Lady Macbeth in his ear, and suddenly Doublelift has all these stories about TSM and Reginald. And then after all of that, does he cop to any of this? Does he own it? Does he even just go, look, I'm kind of an arsehole, but it's just who I am. I'm just kind of a guy who plays fast and loose with the truth and people's reputations. I am kind of a prick, but all I really care about is me. No, there's not that level of self-awareness and zero remorse, by the way. He plays it all off like, what did I say? Men in Black, I've just made that not even exist. That never happened. Gets away with it because people actually assume, and this is a mad indictment, my dude, they just assume he's actually a dolt, a fucking imbecile, an idiot, a buffoon. They just think he's just an idiot, but I guess he's fairly harmless because he's almost like too stupid to cognitively be able to have malice in his heart or actually act in a manner that's premeditated. And so people just look past it and think he's the same kid from like 16, 15 years ago, all innocent and naive and, he just likes to play the game and I guess he just speaks before he thinks. Nah, it's all that and he's a dickhead. How about that? And so, by the way, how do these rules even work in the fucking industry and in the scene, by the way? So some people are allowed to just tell any stories they want, even stories that are about private stuff. And that's just funny because that's a popular player telling that story and maybe an unpopular player they're talking about. But others, they're completely off limits. You're not allowed to ever break the sacrilegious nature, the sacred nature of the locker room. You're not allowed to ever speak about someone unless they would feel comfortable with you doing so. By the way, as far as I can tell, it's based on whether you like them or not. It's just standard friend-enemy distinction. So yeah, Doublelift. The idea he would ever be able to talk morally or in some kind of way about how people should behave as a teammate, as a pro player, this guy broke all the rules in that sense. He's just a terrible teammate who ruined people's reputations, sometimes fabulous, lovely people too, with amazing careers outside of playing with him or even with him. And he just went ahead and just spewed it all on the internet for cheap laughs from the peanut gallery in the cheap seats. Oh yeah? You and whose army? Well, how about the Skrilluminati for one? They're the people who support my content. This video was kindly supported by The Concept, Matt, Pugnatio, Rajcula, Thorin, Jensen Goh, Tosh, Jasun, Banediesel, Animosity, and you know it, everyone does. A special thanks goes out to my main man, Jerky's Minion, for the long-term support. Do you want to ask a question for my AMA videos? Would you like teasers? Find out what upcoming guests I've got? You want to suggest a topic or a guest? Maybe you want to be part of one of those 1 hour lengthy online discussions I do where the topics are set by you. Well, if any of these perks or more tickle your fancy, I think you know what to do by now. Put your money where your mouth is and join the Skrilluminati, where Patreon link in the description below.